our guest is here. Let's get him on here. I'm very, very excited by this. Let's welcome to Totally Driven Radio. This man is a legend. Because I say he is. And he'll agree with me, I think. Let's welcome from the BulletBoys, the one, the only, MARQ TORIEN. Mark, how you doing, man?
Good, buddy. How are you, man? Thank you for having me. I apologize. I tried to call in a couple times, but it didn't go through. But here I am. Nice to hear from you, Dave. How are you?
You know what? I'm doing great, and I got to tell you, this new song you have, I can't get enough of it. Sympathy is...
thank you so much.
So freaking amazing. I've listened to that song on your website nonstop since Monday. It's just like over and over and over.
Awesome. Oh, man, listen, that warms all of our hearts, all four of us. You know, we worked really hard on this record, and we really wanted to do something, we took a big risk, basically, on this day. So, you know, we wanted to do something where, basically, that's not being done right now. There's no fillers. It's just all killers. You know what I'm saying? All real great tunes, you know, well thought out, crafted, taken apart, put back together again, taken apart, you know, that type of process. And I really worked diligently on it with my producer, Ryan Green, and our first engineer, who would be Mr. Matt Thorne, and the fellas, and just everything. It was just, you know, we took our time with it, and it, you know, we ran into a couple of things here and there, which you always do, you know, in studios and stuff. But for what we wanted to achieve, I think we met our goal, and that was that we wanted to be happy with it as a band first. You know, as far as how just the musical prowess of the record, and that a lot of bands from our genre aren't really, you know, cutting records like this for some reason or another. And that's not saying, I'm not trying to be disrespectful at all. I'm just very, for all intents and purposes, you know, at the end of the day, when you sit down and you say, you know, here's this body of work, I really like it, and, you know, what do you think, guys? Wow, we think it's rad, you know, so let's, you know, okay, it's time to unleash it on the people, and then, you know, you unleash this body of work, and you never know people's reaction, but, dude, I got to tell you, I'm flabbergasted by, I've done close to almost 30 interviews now, and I got to tell you, I'm just really blown away, and really it just gives you a sense of humility when you hear, like yourself telling me, like, I just can't get enough of that. And, you know, me as a music fan, I've been waiting for a record like that. So we said, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, there's nothing else. Waiting for all these, you know, great bands from our supposed genre, and, you know, step up and just try to, you know, not only to be current, but, you know, to write something, you know, or to try to write something that's at a different level than our supposed genre should be.
And that, like you said earlier, you took a chance, and, like,
Big
as
time.
you guys were going through this, like, did you, like, second guess yourself, like, if we put this out, like, are people going to, like, our old fans going to be cool with this? Are we going to upset people? I mean, did any of that go through your head?
Not really upsetting people, but, you know, we're like, you know, this is the thing. You know, BulletBoys got thrown into that whole hair band, you know, thing because they had to give it a label. But we've never really been a hair band at all, ever, babe. We've just been a good, solid hard rock band, you know, with diverse backgrounds and stuff. And, you know, when it all comes down to it, I really believe that our fans, our devoted fans and friends and family, which I encompass into one being, are really intelligent cats, you know, and they want to hear something fresh and something new. They don't want the band. I don't think, as far as I can recall, that BulletBoys has ever written the same record twice. So we should be able to grow as musicians, and I was hoping that, and I hope still that that people will have the same reaction. That, you know, I've been doing this now, and I've never quit this, and I never quit on the fans. Musically, and you know, I just wanted to put something out where, you know, they're kicking back at summer, or wherever you're doing, you throw back the rag top, or you're cruising in a boat somewhere on a lake or in the ocean, or you're just chilling someday and you're walking through a mall and you have your headphones on, and you're slamming the new BulletBoys show at Elefante, I'm telling you, man, that's what it's all about. It's all about the music.
And you know what? That it also does have like that total summer feel to it too.
Thank you. Totally. We didn't really do that purposely. I think it just it evolved like that, you know, and you know, especially like there's peaks and valleys on this record, Bay. There's not it's not a linear style record, and that's not trying to say anything the way people are recording or whatever, but we were able to do stuff on, you know, on solid analog stuff and transferring it, and you know, to give it that girthy bottom-endy feeling that the BulletBoys has always been trademarked for, you know. So that took time in getting the right drum sounds, and you know, there's really not that I know of any type of how would you call it, any type of pitch stuff on, you know, where they're doing any type of, you know, automation to my voice or anything. Everything's raw, dude. And it's you know, it's all raw. My thing and the band's thing is that, and what I've learned from working with some of the greatest producers ever in my career, of course the great Ted Templeman, our brother from another mother, that it was basically the fifth member of our band, and you know, really guided us to some things, you know, and let us just do our thing. But Andy Johns, rest in peace. I could go on and on. I don't like to talk names, but it's just I try to take a lot of that in, and especially now, I've learned and really sat there and watched on my time to try to see what these greats were doing and how they got those sounds, and that was a big thing for me to be the you know, whatever that thing is, or to be an executive producer of the record, because you know, it's basically my ear when I had to make those decisions, and shoot, it's not easy doing that. It isn't. So I hail people that executive produce records, and you know, I'm sweating, I'm going through, you know, laughing, crying, you know, everything. It's, oh my God! There's one tune we were like freaking out because, you know, we had to redo some of the drum stuff, and I was just like, I really don't want this to be like this, and why is it like this? We cut it like this, and you know, Ryan was so great, Ryan Green, because he was just like, Mark, I know you're freaking out. I can feel it. We're fine. Let's do this. Don't worry. I'm here. We're all right. You know, so when you get a producer that's like that, you know, and can basically, you know, when you're really trying to do something really special in your career, and they get it, and you know, they know that you're trying to do something in a musically desperate fashion, for my family, and for, you know, for all the guys' families in the band, and you know, we're trying to take up our game, and everybody's saying blah 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 blah, all the naysayers, but you know, at the end of the day, we just didn't listen to it, you know. And sometimes, bro, I gotta tell you this: you just can't teach dumb stupid, bro.
Oh, that's so true. That's so true.
Man, I'm telling you, bro. You know, and that's the way I feel sometimes. So I just, you know, we're just really ecstatic about this new thing. And like you said, going back to summer, you know, summertime's really special. There's a lot of memories made in summer. I know you probably have some. I know I have a lot of them also. And, you know, it's just, this Elefante record just reeks of summertime, you know. So I can't wait to hear it, you know, slam out of people's cars and stuff like that, if we're fortunate enough to have that. But as it looks right now, Bay, you know, I was just talking to our radio guru, Mr. Munzie, and he's ecstatic about what's going on in radio for us right now. So when he's ecstatic, and he's been in the business over almost 30 years, you know, and has pushed many, many great bands, and been a part of many, many wonderful albums that no one probably would ever hear. And here's a little band called the BulletBoys, and he's just, you know, telling me that he's really proud of me, that I did something special. And I think those are the moments, dude, when you just go like, wow, dude. Like, wow, you know, like, you just don't really know what to say, you know?
Sure, sure.
And it's like, you deserve it. And I never think like that. I never think I'm a deserving of anything. I'm just, you know, working class kind of musician. I want to, you know, just be able to get out there and perform to my utmost ability and take my A-plus game and the band's A-plus game, wherever that may be, and put on a great show for people. And not only that, but be able to pick from our archives and have something fresh and some new joints So people go like, man, these guys just, they just don't stop. These guys are constantly writing new music, and they're current, and and that's really important to me. I think bands look in the rear view mirror too much. Excuse me. Tend to be a little skeptical, a little afraid, and I've been there many times where you have that fear factor, dude, where you're just like, oh man, no one cares. Who bloody cares? Who really cares? And then you talk to your family or something, they go, we care. It all starts from there. It starts from people who really care about you and love the music. My girl Drew Atkins, she's amazing. She's like a little Sharon Osbourne, and I'm kind of like a little Ozzy, but not on the chemically dependent side or anything anymore. But we kind of have that relationship, and she's a fighter for me and really believes in the band's talent and what we're trying to do on an uplifting way. Bay, we're a part of a lot of different associations trying to give back to the community, trying to give back to our armed forces, fighting men and women all through the country. We're giving back to autism, to the Bully Rescue Society that rescues bulls out here in Los Angeles. We're totally into that. We just had first adoption a couple months back, and we were able to, transfer these beautiful, beautiful dogs and such sweet animals that people think that are these menacing animals that aren't, to beautiful homes, and they're happy, and so there's some cats that do that, and we're part of that, and we're always trying to do that because if you're not trying to do that in some way or fashion, the powers that be and the blessings, they don't come.
Right.
They just don't come. And I've been through so much, babe, I'm telling you, good, bad, or indifferent, awful, horrible, very painful stuff in my personal life, that to whatever fault it was in the grand scheme of things, it's very hard to walk forward after being devastated. So I'm here to say that, I'm the kind of guy that was that dude that got bullied, that wasn't able to speak, to hear someone wanted to hear his voice and what he had to say and what have you. And I went through that for a while, and to the point where I just said, man, you just got to find yourself, dude. You get back to the music, get back to writing, write for other people, work with other artists. And I'm doing that right now too. And then all of a sudden I started getting really excited about music again. And that's where I'm at right now. I'm really excited about music. I listen to a lot of it. I listen to a lot of vinyl, and for all intents and purposes, I just want to continue on music, and writing great songs and performing and to the best of my ability, dude. And for all of our fans out there, those people are the most important thing to me on the planet. Our fans and friends and family. They're everything to me because I don't want to let them down. That's a big thing for me.
Right.
And they know I always shoot from my hip, and I'm extremely truthful, or good or bad. So I want to make sure that some of these people that don't have a voice, that I'm a part of some of that, and trying to give back to that, me and my family of the band, and the people that we have around us in our camp, in our entourage,
Right.
So that's what we're doing right now, man. Just every day is a new day, and you never know what the heck's going to come your way. So it's they go hand in hand. The music business is a lifestyle, rock and roll is a lifestyle, and it's a tough business, man. So when you can do something like this, and I'm having a conversation with you right now, dude, I'm blessed, dude, big time.
Hey, I'm the blessed one.
Oh, thanks, man. Thank you.
That was one thing though too. Like, I mean, you've been holding the BulletBoys, waving that BulletBoys flag since day one. Like, you've
Yes.
had members come and go. The original lineup
Yes.
rolled, and you've been waving that flag. Like, what has kept you personally continually waving that? Like, you could have went and just did, MARQ TORIEN or joined up with another band or something like other people do.
Thanks, babe. Yes.
But you stuck to your guns.
I did. I was raised in a really strict household with very loving musician parents and educators, and they instilled that never quit attitude in me. And the biggest thing is not only quitting on myself, but quitting on the fans, quitting on the different generations of people that love my band and love what we did from the past and in the now. And to me, it's you're just kind of like, I don't know. I wouldn't want to do that. I don't think the band's ever had the success that other great bands have had. We're known as that band. It's kind of the offshoot band. We never had a ballad per se on any of our records except for possibly Zaza, which is a song that was more like a bebop tune, throwback 50s type of tune. But we always believed in the hard rock, punk rock, bringing it hard metal, aggressively with style, grace, and lyrically great. It's like I love the music business, and I don't like getting up on something. Now, I will be doing a solo record actually next year that I'm really, really excited about, that I've already written and that we're getting back, and hopefully I'll be able to work with my good friend and an amazing producer, Jay Rustin. He cut some of the tracks for me back, some of the demos that we did, and it's just very strange because I see it here and there. Go, oh my God, there's Jay. Jay, what's going on? Oh my gosh. I saw him last night, and I was like, dude, this is getting weird. He goes, it's getting real weird. And he goes, I go, we're supposed to work together again. He goes, yes. It was like, yes. Yes, we are. This is weird. So, there's always constant people around me, so that's my next step, is to doing something and breaking off solo, and I think it's time for me, and I'm really excited about the aspects and the challenge of that, and I'm performing and working with some really great people, so that's my next thing, I'm always just trying to grow as a musician, dude, and as a person, Now listen, and I mean this from my heart. I was and continue to F up a lot. Okay, I'm not this perfect. I'm not this perfect specimen, dude, and I'm not the perfect role model, but I have tons of love in my heart for music and musicians and people that bring it with ferociousness and are true to their art and are trying to get back. I was just having this conversation with a really close friend of mine today on the phone, and I'll say his name. His name is Phil X, and I don't know if you're familiar with Phil X, but he was playing guitar with Bon Jovi. He has a band called The Drills, and he's just like, dude, I just love the guy's spirit, and his musical ability is uncanny. And we got a chance to jam together last night, and I used to go see him way back, and when he was just playing these little bars and stuff. And what are you doing here? It's like, dude, I'm here to see you, dude. It's like, dude, just like on fire, So last night we were talking. So he called me today. He goes, dude, oh my gosh, you were just unbelievably fabulous last night. And blah, blah, blah. I was like, and he's so cool because I love hanging around cats that like really mean it. Like it's not pretentious, or it's not, I need to go say this. It's like they say it when they really mean it, and that's the kind of musicians like I love playing with. That's like the guys I play with, and that we've been together for 6 years. They know that when it all comes down to it, they can tell me whatever the F they want when it comes down to it. But it's and I'll listen. I'll be like, oh man, you're right, or oh, I don't know about that, or how can we find common ground? So that's what I've learned from the past. And going back to your question about why I'm doing it, I do it for my family. I'm not doing this for fame and fortune. I'm doing it because I'm just a working class, working class kid that wields a mean guitar, and that's a God-given, blessed voice. Still, I can still do what I did on the first record, and I'm really fortunate for that. So I'm very, very fortunate for that, and I just want to continue playing for people and try and take my band to another level. And I have a feeling it's coming. It's just this weird gut feeling that something really big is going to be happening for us. I don't know what it is, but you get those feelings sometimes, and it just,
absolutely.
I don't know. I'm just feeling it. It's a good feeling.
You know what? It kind of reminded me too. Like when I first went on the website last week, when I saw that it was streaming, and I went to go check it out, and I was like, initially I'm like, this is not the Bullet Boys. Like, this doesn't sound like them. And then I'm listening. I'm like, holy shit, this is amazing. But then I was thinking to myself, like, don't know if you remember, Christ, it was probably 10, 15, probably maybe even 15 years ago. Silverchair was, they went away, for a few years, and they came back with this whole new sound, and nobody realized it was them. And that's what it kind of reminded me of. Like, here comes the Bullet out of nowhere with this fresh new sound that people wouldn't know it's you unless they actually saw, the album cover or the picture of you guys.
Wow, I haven't heard that. That's actually really interesting. I like that. I've always liked to come back as the Count of Monte Cristo, and I think that would be a great scenario. People not knowing what it is and playing it anyway. I mean, that's how I find new music. I don't even know who they are, and then I like something and I'd be like, oh, this is really rad, and then I'll play it and be like, who is this? I do that all the time. But what we did is I borrowed a bit from the past, but I wrote in the now and for the future, and I don't ever, I don't never try to write stuff like there's touches and feelings of some of our older music on this record, but I was drawing from a lot of different musics to write this stuff other than just rock music. So, there's some grooves on there that will be like, oh my gosh, and I was just talking to a guy yesterday, he goes, Rollover, he goes, oh my God, I hear that whole, Hang on St. Christopher voice type of vibe, but then you're taking it up, and it's just the apex is at the end, and you're just screaming these high C notes, and holy cow, he goes in the girth to the way it sounds. He's just like, so he was, it's describing it, and it's like, I go, exactly. So we laughed about, he's going, yeah. So he goes, oh, I just love it. It's got that feeling of, that old, that Bullet Boys, I don't care, this is what we are, and, he goes, but it's so fresh. It's this fresh sound to it. He says, which is really, really, really cool. So that's what he's gravitated to the record, he goes, you're not trying to write. He says a lot of these artists are trying to write what they wrote, and I would never do that. I don't think that's fair to a writer. That's writing. You know. So, but anyways, I'm sorry, I didn't really get you off the beaten path.
That's all right. That's all right. Something that was really shocked me years ago about you, which I was reading Rudy Sarzo's book, and he talked about you were trying out for Ozzy. I think. Did you try out for Ozzy initially when Randy got the job, and then again after Randy passed away? No,
I was too young. No, I actually was in Ozzy Osbourne. I actually had the gig. Me and Rudy just talked about this on a podcast the other day, and I had the gig, so I was rehearsing with the band, and when we were supposed to leave to Europe to play a lot of gigs, I got left behind. And Sharon called my parents and told them basically that Ozzy just felt I was really too young, and he's still heartbroken over Randy, so they're going to get this guitar player by the name of Bernie Torme, and blah, blah, blah. So I was really young, 16, 17, whatever,
Holy cow.
Yeah, so we were talking about that today, and Rudy was like, yes, he was, because in the book it says, I tried out. That wasn't a tryout. I mean, I was working with the band for over a month. He bought me all kinds of equipment. I was on the LA Times. This is the new dude, So,
holy cow.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah, because when he said your name, I had to read it a couple times over. I'm like, no. I didn't even know you played guitar. You never played guitar in the early Bullet Boys days.
Yeah, well, I don't know, man, because I have no idea. I wanted it to be a two-guitar band, but that never materialized. But now we are. So, and I'm playing all the guitar, and my rhythm guitar player / lead, Nick Ross, is my guy, and we just, we reinvented these songs too to take them to a different level. So it's, I've always learned you have to reinvent, man. If you don't reinvent, you're lost. So that's the thing. You always have to keep something fresh to people's ears. If it's the same old thing, it's the same old thing. No one wants oatmeal every morning. Maybe we want a little bit of this, or maybe an egg burrito, maybe some fruit, or, what I'm saying? It's like, So that's where we're at. All of us, we kind of think like that too. So being able to play, guitar and a 10-cent billionaire years back, we released a record, and I was able to do that. But to sit down and actually be able to play with the band, it's doing our thing and being able to really to show some of the stuff that I do and what I did or was part of that sound is really, or that playing styles, it's just been so much fun for me.
Right.
My thing is less is more. Tell me something in your phrasing. Tell me something in your tone, in your rhythm playing. Play for the song, not for you.
Right.
And that's the big thing, for me when I'm doing stuff is, playing for the song. Don't step on the singer, spaces, leave space, and in this type of music now, this day and age, I don't know if anybody really wants to listen to an 8 or 10 bar guitar solo anymore. I just don't think that way. So there's some that maybe there's some that do, but if they're listening to it, they're also going to be looking at their phone and talking to their girlfriend or boyfriend or whoever your friend, and they're not going to listen to that. Oh, and then the voice comes back in. Okay, turn that up. And that's just the way we are now because we're very now. It's got to be now. So when I do a guitar solo, and the guitar solos on the record, I want to make sure that you always have to have a beginning, middle, and end, and that's really, really important. Exactly what you're saying, and make sure that it's a voicing and that it's melodic and different and cool.
Right.
I don't know.
Now here's another little tidbit I found out, which kind of blew me away too. I saw you played in the band Hawk. Now, was that the same band with Doug Marks from the Metal Method that everybody saw in the magazines every month?
No, actually, it was when all that fell apart, and I came in and started playing with Charles Morale and Lonnie Vincent and Scott Travis.
Okay.
Believe it or not, and I started playing. They brought me in to play guitar, so I came in and started playing guitar, and Lonnie was my buddy, and I knew Charles and shit from the South Bay. So yeah, I did. We played a couple shows together. It was pretty fun, man. We had a good time.
That's awesome. Now, actually,
and the band we called the band New Hawk, I think it was. Yeah.
The New Hawk.
Yeah, you had New Hawk. So ass, but that's what it was.
Now, the last time I saw you guys play here in Philly was you guys opened for LA Guns, and I think Tracy was still in the band.
Yes, it was with Paul singing, right?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. And it was, I think it was the other version of Tesla, maybe? Bar 7?
You might be right.
Bar 7 or Rat. It was one of the two.
That was a way long time ago. Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Years
the one
ago.
thing that always stood out for me that night was, at the time, Jason Hook was playing with you guys. And I just being blown away. He was telling us how he played with, I think, Mandy Moore.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Mandy Moore.
And now to see him with Five Finger Death Punch, it's like, wow, how did that?
I know, that's insane. I'm so proud of him, man. He's so badass. It just he from what I understand, that he just kept on going to see them play, and he didn't do anything. He goes, "You should get rid of your guitar player. I'm better than he is." Zoltan, I think, is the other guitar player, correct? And he's telling me this little story, and Jason was always coming and go, "Well, we couldn't afford Jason." No, Jason's like, "No, I'm not going to play. Listen, you got to pay me a certain amount of money." I go, "But that's over Jason." So he goes, "And I'll write big songs for you. I'll do this and that." But he's an amazing guy, just a great guy, great guitar player, just a hell of a dude, just really awesome. But I think that's how he got it. He just kept on going. Listen, I really like your band, and I should be playing in your band. And eventually, they got him in the band, and he took off. I saw him actually a couple months back at the Knot Fest here in Los Angeles, and they played with Slipknot, and dude, they just killed it. Ivan and the guys and just everybody, and it's really great to meet them because they're really, they love BulletBoys and they love our music, and that was really, really cool. And hanging out with Jason, he's showing me all his guitars, and he's so happy. He's like, okay, that one, I want that one, and I want that one.
Yeah.
He goes, which one? I go, that one. He goes, give me your address, I'll send you one. I go, okay. So that's how cool he is,
That's awesome.
So, and I was standing right on the stage where he was playing and performing in probably about 35,000 people.
Wow.
So it was really, really good, man, and he played amazing. The band's really great, and really the one thing that I like most about them is that they seem to be really genuine guys, and they're really, really sweet. So, they're really cool. Yeah, man. Shout out to Five Finger Death Punch.
Nice. Now, there was another time you were in Philly that you guys didn't have a good time. And I remember I was there, and I was like, this is just so wrong. When you guys opened for Ozzy at the Tower Theater, and the crowd was just, like, all over you guys.
That was a very big punk rock and roll moment. Didn't really matter to us because we drank a lot and did a lot of unmentionables. So we really didn't really care because at the end of the day, if we threw down, that's all that was important. But when you're getting that and half the crowd's booing, half the crowd's cheering, but there's the whole place was full of guys and practically
right.
and Ozzy fans. So not a lot of hot girls in the audience. So I was going, we're doomed. We're doomed. So, but I thought we put on a great show. We went out there, did our thing, California style, SoCal, and represented, and did our thing. Everybody played top notch about their A+ games. So, irregardless, it was still really cool for us, and just to be, it's still such an honor to even play with Ozzy and to
sure.
be there and share. It's like, oh my God, man, congratulations, all that fun stuff. And to see Zach, I told Zach, he goes, man, when you guys first came out, we were just talking about this months ago. He goes, I got to tell a story. He goes, yeah. He goes, walking by. He's like, dude, we got to hang out, shit, after this, blah, 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 even before they went on and shit. And he goes, and then after the show and stuff, he goes, I get ready to, he goes, after we finish playing, he goes, I see Mark Line sitting back, smoking a cigarette, it's like, whatever. He goes, dude, come on, yeah. He goes, dude, we're going to go party and shit. And Mark turns around, looks at me, he goes, not tonight, bro. Fucking not tonight. So he always remembered that, or something to that, right? He goes, you guys were so bummed, dude. He goes, you shouldn't have been bummed. You guys killed it, He goes, but you guys are so competitive. I could see it just eating you guys up alive. And that's what we were. I'm still really competitive. I'm musically and sports wise and everything else, So I guess it's just in my nature.
And you also you guys have a lot of Philly ties. One of your old drummers, the late Johnny G, he was actually from my old neighborhood.
The great Johnny G. Johnny Giosa.
Yep.
Yeah, dude, we miss him a lot, bro. A lot. Every day. Me and Mickey, we talk about him all the time. We dedicate this record to him too, and we all feel like he's pulling some strings for us upstairs,
Nice.
So, yeah, definitely, dude. We miss him, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. So
like for real, like no bull crap, Just like for real, like we just miss his spirit and how funny he was, and he's an amazing drummer, good looking kid, full. He could, he did all the Hanna-Barbera voices and Scooby Doo and Fred Flintstone and Barney and Wilma, and dude, he'd have us howling in the van, just howling. And he'd do great, like Armenian Jewish guys, or he straight. What was he doing all the time? He's trying to do different like voices, like just like trippy voices and stuff. And he's just a riot, man. Just a great guy. One thing I can say about Johnny, he always was giving back. So he kind of taught us that. Me and Nick. He helped people at his church and helped the kids out at a community church that he was going to, and some of the things that after he passed away, we they came into pass, and we were just like, wow, man. We were just like really blown away with some of the things and some of the people that were expressing to us what he was doing, and other things in music. We were just like, wow, so that was really cool. But yeah,
it's funny you said he was like a good-looking guy. And I remember like walking around the neighborhood when we were like teenagers back in the day, and there wasn't many of the metalheads or hair-bearing guys, and I was always the fat kid that wanted to be like the good-looking hair metal guy.
Right? No, yeah.
I would always say, "Damn, why can't I look like him?"
I know, right? Oh, I know. No, I feel you. I used to say that when he was in the band. Dude, get out of here. He said, "Dude, blah 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 blah." I go, "Dude, you're a good-looking guy. What are you talking about? Stop it." He's always had some kind of conference, and he's all sad, and I, we laugh him out of it, and he's just a cool guy, man. We first met. We actually met through a friend of mine, very my dear friend Ricky Gordon here in L.A. And we got together. And Ricky goes, "Hey man, you want to smoke some bud?" I said, "Yeah, man." And she goes, "I gotta introduce you to this guy, man. He's gonna be your drummer." And I go, "Who?" He goes, "This guy right here." This guy comes walking up. It's Johnny G. I go, "I know this dude." He goes, "Yeah, we kind of know each other, brother. What's going on, man?" So I sat down and we're sitting there, puffing the J, and we just started talking. I said, "What are you doing, man?" "Yeah, I'm trying to play with some of these guys, but dude, they're not serious about what they're doing." And so I said, "Man, one of these days we're gonna hook up." And sure enough, we no more than probably a couple of weeks later, he's in the rehearsal room. And I said, "You're the guy that they were telling me about." I said, "Oh no, this is gonna be out of control."
That's awesome. That's awesome.
So that's how that came around, and but. Yeah, man, that's Johnny G, dude. Winner.
Yep, absolutely. So now you guys are hitting the road coming up, actually starting this weekend.
Yes, we are. This weekend we start at the Broken Spoke Saloon for the Motorcycle Bike Fest.
Nice. And you guys are out there with Tracy Guns and is it Rudy too? The Gunzo Project?
With Tracy in July.
Oh, it's July you guys hook up?
Yes, we hook up in July.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's no Philly dates?
Not yet. There's still more dates to come in August, and we're going to be touring hard on Elefante, bro, hopefully for the rest of the year. Hopefully.
Awesome.
And all through the next year, and we'll see where this album and our musical situation takes us, dude.
Cool. Now it comes out Tuesday, June 9th, and where can everybody get it?
They can pre-order it actually on iTunes. They can go to CleopatraRecords.com, which is our label that we're signed with. They can also go to Spotify. It's going to be dropping on everything on the 9th, as far as I know. Any information is always on, you can get it on BulletBoys Facebook. We're on Instagram, BulletBoys on Instagram. We're on Twitter. We're constantly on internet media every single day. We have a great team of people that are working diligently and working to take us to this other level that everybody wants us to go to.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I think this song's going to do it.
Oh, man, I hope so. Hey, let me tell you something. From your lips to God's ears, my friend. For real.
I hear you.
Yeah,
will you guys do like a video for that song at all, or?
Yeah, we shoot our first video on the 14th of June.
Nice. Okay, cool. Very cool.
So we're really excited about that. Our director is Diego Negretti. He's a very edgy LA, cat. It's going to be kind of like a really cool. I just can't really tell you about it, but it's going to be pretty rad. So we're looking forward to it.
I can't wait.
It's going to be our first video in years, man.
Wow. Yeah, we got to get that thing viral, man. Come on. I'm psyched now.
Yeah, let's bring this. I'm ready, dude. Let's bring it. I'm ready.
Cool. Well, Mark, I want to thanks so much for hanging out for a while and talking old times, new times, good times, bad times.
Man, that was so great, babe. It's such an easy cat to talk to, and
thank you for asking me questions about everything that's going on and for having me in, man. And I mean that. I don't mean
Absolutely.
that in a Hollywood way. I mean that in a real way, in a brother way.
I appreciate that, man.
Yeah,
I really
totally,
appreciate
dude.
that. Should I throw one more daring question out?
Yeah, sure.
What were your feelings when the rest of the original lineup, Mick, Lonnie, and Jimmy, got together with a new singer?
No comment.
Enough said.
I actually, I have and won't be speaking about that. I mean, we were just having such a great interview. But thank you so much. Let's stick to Elefante. And
Absolutely.
May the force be with us, my brother.
Cool. Can I get you to cut an ID before I let you go?
Yeah, absolutely.
This is MARQ TORIEN, and you're listening to Totally Driven Radio. Throw the BulletBoys in there, too.
Hey, Dave, can you cut? We're not live, are we?
Yes, we are.
Oh, so I'm cutting one live right now, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the way my system works. But
No, it's so we're still on the air. Is that?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I just didn't know. Some people do it different ways. So what would you like me to say?
This is MARQ TORIEN of the BulletBoys, and you're listening to Totally Driven Radio.
Hello, everybody out there. This is MARQ TORIEN of the BulletBoys, and you're listening to Total Driven Radio.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, Mark, and I can't wait to see the video and get the album on Tuesday.
Absolutely, brother. Let's rock this thing. And just remember, there's only one BulletBoys. Only one.
Absolutely.
Baby. And that's
I hear you. You proved it with this new album and song.
Thank you. And anything else is going to fade away very quickly. It's in the works. Everybody have a great time out there. We love you. Cheers, man.
All right, Mark. Take care, Mark. Thanks again. All right, everybody. There he goes. MARQ TORIEN. Look, I was saying his name wrong.